Hey beautiful soul stars, welcome to Starlight, Starbright Tarot. I hope you're all well. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you. Let's get started. Let's get started with the reading. And we have the Divine Masculine today, and also we have the Truth. What's that called? Oh my goodness. Oh, the Hidden Truth. We're using Divine Masculine and the Hidden Truth Oracle. So let's get started. What does Divine Masculine want to say, or what does Divine Masculine need to do? Depending if you are a feminine or a masculine watching this. So let's get started. We'll start with the Hidden Truth Oracle. The cards have been prepared already. So let's find out. What do my viewers need to know? What would they like to know? Truth and clarity. The Truth Oracle, Divine Masculine. Let's find out what's going on here. And we have, 3 cards. Oh, that's a lot. You are the best thing in my life. And that's it. You're the best thing in people's lives, I'm getting. And they don't treat you with respect. They don't treat you in the way that they should. You speak to me through music. I hid who I really am from you. So who are they really? We'll find out. So they listen to music. There must be a special song, or there's a period of time that you were in their life and which triggers them, because every era has a specific musical tone, doesn't it? So they listen to music and they think about you. Music has a very strong impact on our memories, on our emotions. And yeah, you were the best thing that ever happened to them. And, you know, they hid who they really were from you. In other words, they didn't really behave the way that they would have liked. They weren't as open as they would have liked to have been. I'm getting fear of some kind, or maybe they were intimidated by you. But let's find out what's going on here. So, you were the best thing in my life. You speak to me through music. I hid who I really am from you. So we'll just get some Divine Masculine cards. I may not have a big enough table for this. We'll find out. Okay, Divine Masculine. We'll just get one, hopefully one card for each. And then we'll confirm with Tarot. What? Masculine. Oh, Masculine Shadow. Oh, yeah. I hid. Yes, I hid who I was. Masculine Shadow. Yeah, they had work to do. They weren't ready for this. Maybe you weren't ready for this either. You just hoped and believed that you were. So the Shadow Masculine. That's another card. I speak to you through music. Or you speak to me through music. And then we have Temptation. Yeah. They could have been a bit of a player. Oh, look, Divine Masculine, Divine Masculine. Yeah, this person's definitely your Divine Masculine. They are a soul mate. They are possibly a twin flame. And on the bottom, agreement. So yeah, they were more interested in work than they were in you. But also this is a karmic contract, or a contract between the pair of you. With twin flame, you come into each other's lives to wake each other up. And if you're both in balance, if you've both really released everything that you've needed to release, and you know you're ready for a committed, amazing relationship without bringing any baggage into it, then twin flames grow together and they're stronger together than they are apart. But you know, as individuals, not losing each other in each other, but generally they're given a project to do in order to wake up, you know, to help to wake up others. If you're an emotional wreck, you know, you're broken down, you're desperate, you're needy, twin flames can really destroy one another with their baggage. Your twin flame is very charismatic to you. Even other people, they don't understand. God, what's your attraction to that person? They're a narcissist. What's your attraction to that person? She's emotional. Like, she's crazy. You know? Yeah, this kind of, oh my God, what's your attraction? There's a big age difference here. Or what's the attraction? Yeah, that's twin flame, your true soul partner. Yeah, they had to work on their shadow as you had to work on yours. Because as I said, twin flames can really destroy one another with their baggage. Like, you know, twin flame, very, very powerful energy, very strong energy. And you can literally break one another to the point of madness. This is somebody that you've been brokenhearted over, but you never said anything that wasn't true to them, and you weren't really mean to them, is what I'm getting. Also, you felt very comfortable with this person when you were in each other's presence, when you were together. But when you're apart, it seemed to be kind of destructive, is what I'm getting. This is because there's a lot of shadow work to do. You have to be able to be apart from someone you love without feeling that you have to be with them all the time. You can't lose yourself in these relationships, or in any relationship for that matter, which is what most of us do. So, you know, you agreed to this from the beginning, is what I'm getting. This is part of your soul contract, part of their soul contract as well. But they do think of you as you think about them. I'm getting that this is in separation, so an agreement and service. So they could work in the service industry, but this is work as well. You know, they could be chefs, there's many business people here, many different types of people, and confident. Yeah, they're very confident when they're at work. And then what's under that? Yeah, heartache. Yeah, they appear very confident and nonchalant, like, you know, they're not going to show their true selves. They hid how they really felt for you, and they hid who they really were from you, because they had so much work to do. They didn't want to hurt you, but they did hurt you by not being with you. That's very twin flame-ish. So let's find out what's going on here. We'll just get some more cards. Oh, look. You can't believe it just flipped. Love begins. Yeah, so you met one another. This is your divine masculine. You know, you're the best thing in their life, the best thing to ever happen with them, but they just weren't stable enough, and maybe you won't either. If one or both of you isn't ready for this relationship, then it's not going to come together, because you can literally destroy each other's souls, is what I'm getting to say to you. It's like, you know, you get heartbroken by people, but you recover. This is somebody, you know, your twin flame is somebody that if you really destroy one another to the point of not coming back, that's not what's meant to be. You're meant to awaken each other. If you've met your twin flame, whether you're separated or together, you'll find that your life changed forever, and that you were forced to work on your shadow, to come into balance, to be all good on your own, in separation, often put into isolation, because there were so many obstacles and challenges here, and suffering in silence. They know that you suffered, and you suffer also, but I'm getting that you know, once you get onto this twin flame journey, there comes a point where you just realize that you have to release from this person. You can't, otherwise you'll suffer in silence forever. You can't hope for them to come back. You can't do anything to make them come back, because if you chase them, it sets off the runner chaser. If you chase them, they just, you know, run harder. Also, you know, often the masculine's very much in their ego, and they can be very much quite narcissistic, but they're not mean to you. Like, that's the thing. They just can't be with you, and they want to be with you with this temptation here. It's a push me, pull you. They're just not brave enough to be with you, because they just aren't ready for you. And you cannot enter into another destructive relationship, especially with the twin flame. And then we have the truth. Yeah, so, you know, they're coming to the truth. They know that you told them the truth. That's the other thing as well. You know, you spoke to them and told them exactly what they were doing. You told them exactly who they were. There's a sense of, you know more about me than I know about myself kind of energy. And that's frightening for people. But that's because the feminine's often deeply psychic or very wise. You just understand. But again, you're begging somebody to do and be something that they're not ready for. When we have to beg someone and drag them kicking and screaming for something their soul is just not ready for, then that can become very destructive. So, and the divine will, you know, force you both apart before it gets to that point. So, yes, so love begins. Yeah, this is love. There was a lot of love between you, or there is a lot of love between you, but it was just facing too many obstacles and challenges. They're spiritually less mature than the feminine generally, and they just had too many obstacles walking the plank here. You know, there were gaps in their understanding, gaps in their knowledge. They could have also been a player, very much so, and they didn't really want to drag you into that. So this is not somebody that you've had an intimate relationship with generally, or if you have, they have other partners, because they're trying to they're trying to complete their karmic contracts as well. You know, we have karmic contracts that we have to complete with different people. And we have karmic contracts, not even that we have to complete something with them, but that we need to learn something from them. Yeah, and what doesn't break you makes you stronger. It's all meant to help you to grow, ultimately grow in confidence, to ultimately come to the understanding that you can't force anything in this life, that you have to let things come to you while you're just getting on with your life and follow the divine path. Yeah, there can be no resistance. So, you know, this person, they suffer, they know that you suffer. You send a lot of love and light to this person, but a new day is dawning. They do think about you a lot. So you're in separation to this person. We have a King of Pentacles on the bottom here, but I haven't really shuffled the cards. They could have been a King of Pentacles. They could have been very powerful. But, you know, they're very powerful in the spirit world as you are. There's a lot of people who don't believe in twin flame, and then those people who do believe in twin flame, they can be stuck forever. Like, you can be stuck for your whole life on one person because it was so intense, just so intense. But that also mirrors the intensity of your imbalances, of your feeling like you need to get something from the outside to feel fulfilled on the inside, when you have to fulfill yourself on the inside and let God fulfill you, let spirit fulfill you, let the divine guide you. So they could have actually ended up with somebody else, but that will be a karmic partner, and it will not work out, just like all your partnerships have not worked out, because everything and everyone was for something for you to learn. Not that, you know, like often we think, oh, why do I always end up with the worst people? Why does everyone betray me? Why? That's so that we dig deep and stop blaming ourselves as well. Like, there's no blame here. You're not being punished. You know, this is part of your contract that you signed up for, and maybe you've bit off more than you could chew. Looking from the spirit world into the 3D. Yeah, I can crack this. Yeah, give me the worst parents ever. Give me the worst partners ever, so that I can grow. Yeah, bring my twin flame in while we're not ready for one another, so we can destroy each other some more. Like, but believe you me, I've been through many hells in this life. That's my life, and I'm sitting here laughing about it now. Yeah, you know, laughing in a kind of God, how did I survive that kind of idea? Yeah. And then we have justice, so, you know, truth and justice. We have the 10 of Swords, you know, it's all over. Patience and disappointment. So, you know, this is the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups. This is what the masculine's feeling. This is what they're sitting in. They're sitting in a lot of regret. They're also hoping for the possibility of this coming together into the future. But the feminine has enlightened. The feminine has grown. You know, this is what you both need to do, is to grow spiritually mature and to grow physically, mentally, emotionally mature. It's time to stop being a little boy or a little girl and to grow up and take responsibility. So, you know, it really like knocks them around when they hear a particular song, or it knocks them around. Like, I don't listen to music anymore, like other than angel music, because I still get triggered. So my next step is to listen to music and remember it with joy and gratitude, rather than this, you know. It's kind of all over. You've kind of disappeared out of their life as well. They're wanting to resurrect something with you. They're hoping that you're going to reach out to them. Yeah, but this is kind of dead and buried, or this is what it needs to be for you. They could have had somebody in their life who's, you know what death is. You've experienced loss in your life. They have too. This could have been somebody who lost someone when they were young, or you did, you know. But this is to grow you, to see things from a higher perspective, to be patient, to meditate, to come to spirit, to come to, you know, to get onto your divine path. They kind of still look out for you is what I'm getting, but this is at a distance. This, you know, like you're looking across to the mountains, to this sunrise to the east. So you might be in the west, they might be in the east. There's distance here between you, and they're still hoping that you're going to reach out, but the feminine cannot do that because it just triggers runner chaser. It just triggers all the same things all over again. Because if the feminine's reaching out, then the feminine hasn't learned, and the masculine cannot learn. So, you know, you have to let this person come to it themselves. And they are coming to it. They're meditating, they're contemplating. You know, they're starting to realize that life without you, or life without that, you know, yeah, like nothing's been the same for them and nothing's been the same for you. You may have not have had another partner since this person, not because you're holding out for them and, you know, all of that, but you just realize that when you do meet people that they're just not in alignment with you. As you come out of neediness, as you grow in spiritual strength, you know, you recognize straight away that whether somebody can, you know, can partner with you or not, because that's what we're looking for, partnerships. We're not looking for one to have power over the other. You know, the relationships have to be balanced. So, and on the bottom of this deck is Eight of Pentacles, you know, focusing on projects, focusing on work, efforts paying off. But the Tower, that's the other thing as well, you know, they focused on their work, they focused on their ego, they focused on everything, and it kind of didn't work out at all. But they're also going through a situation where they think about you all the time. You know, they're listening to music, this is computers, you know, this is detail orientation. You know, this person's very, very detailed, they're very precise when they work, they're perfectionists. This could be you. But yeah, they're in the Tower to, you know, with their karmic partners or in their life at the moment as well. They could have also lost a lot of finances. But also this could be financial gain for you. I'm just getting quickly. And the Lovers, yeah. So, yeah. Very destructive energy. See this destruction? And then we have the Lovers here. So, you know, this is the shadow work that needs to be done. This kind of sums up everything that I'm talking about. You know, you're putting effort into all the wrong people, into all the wrong places for all the wrong reasons. And this is the shadow work that needs to be done. The ego has to be broken down for this twin flame love to come together, for the love that the angels bring you together with, not that you force to be. So this is quite interesting. This is a lot of... Where do I put all these? Yeah, need a bigger desk. Yeah, so they're also in the Tower. You know, nothing's working out for them when it comes to love. Nothing's kind of... Hang on a second. Yeah, nothing's working out for them when it comes to love. They're coming to the truth as well. They're staring at the stars. You know, to partnership. They're thinking very strongly. You know, they want peace. This is the thing too, you know, just wanting emotional stability and wanting peace. They've been through a very dark time, night of the soul, but you know, we all have to come to it ourselves and find that balance and find that love. When I used to do reading, like twin flame readings on my old channel, I'd get people commenting saying, I'm never letting go, I'm waiting forever. Like, you know, living your own life is not a betrayal. And this is the thing too, betrays, you know, being betrayed. You feel betrayed by them because they cheated or they just didn't, it just didn't work out. And you felt betrayed and they felt betrayed because you left. Because you left, or if you haven't left, you need to leave. And it doesn't matter how much effort you put into relationships that aren't meant to be. They're going to crumble until, you know, you surrender to your true path. And often twin flame relationships have social kind of taboos attached to them. So, you know, age differences. And I don't mean inappropriate age differences, but it's just like, you know, you might be 40, they might be 25 or something, and your friends just can't accept it, or, you know, their friends can't accept it, or their parents can't accept it. Or your parents can't accept it. It can be cultural differences, so you can have people from different religions. One person gives up their religion for another. You know, that's very difficult, you know, like, yeah, so I'm getting like, you know, I mean, of course we understand what that is, but the thing that I think one of them that we see the most is when we see feminines who you know, become Jewish in order to be able to marry that person. You know, it takes a high level of commitment in many areas of your life to be together, and, you know, you can feel betrayed by everybody, and it can give you a lot of fear, feeling like you've made a mistake. But that's all shadow work. You know, if you are swayed by other people when it comes to how you live your life, then that's shadow work. That's a lesson that needs to be learned. You need to be completely independent and trust your path and trust God. And, you know, the relationships aren't inappropriate. They're very, you know, very strong spiritual connections. They're spiritual relationships. You get onto a spiritual path. You know, you're not watching porn together. You're not doing anything debauched together. Like, there's nothing like that. There's no, like, you're kind of two angels. I had to change my battery. Yeah, you two. Oh, and hang on. We've got the wind now. So, yeah, you're two people of, you know, you have to come to this with purity. You know, it's what the Christians call to be reborn. So, you know, you're giving up the drugs. There could have been problems here with addiction and drugs and alcoholism and things like that in their family, in your family. Like, you'll mirror one another. Your history is very, very similar. But yeah, you need to come purified, to be reborn, as the Christians would call it. And yeah, and come with a pure heart and soul. So it's not like it can't be hot and passionate, because it will be very hot. It'll be very passionate, but it's not in that. But it's not in a devilish way. It's not in a, what would you Christians would call it, the Jezebels. It's not in the narcissist Jezebel kind of way. It's just a pure love, and with a lot of, you know, it's more romantic than it is sexual. You know, so like if you are intimate together, that there's an element of willingness of two people to kind of make love rather than to have sex. Yeah, is what I'm saying. So, and that can't be tainted. And I know that all sounds a bit puritanic and it's hard to explain, but I know that sounds all very puritanic. But you're not doing anything that you don't feel comfortable doing, and vice versa. Often people in sexual relationships, they do things that don't make them feel good afterwards. At the time it feels great, but afterwards you kind of think, I don't know if that's really what I want to be doing. So, you know, all of that has to be brought into alignment. Yeah. So you just weren't aligned to be with one another. So I might just get a couple more cards. Yeah, it has to come from, the heart has to be purified. Healing has to be done here. You know, people have to come to healing. Not all twin flames are healing together. Oh, actually, I'll use the tea leaves. Yes, yes. Because more tarot can bring, I get a lot of messages. Okay. Rooster. Oh, gosh. Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And that's the thing too, you know, there's a lot of pride. They were a narcissist, and this is the other thing, you can't tell the difference sometimes between your true twin flame and a karmic partner, because an unhealed masculine or feminine twin flame will behave narcissistically. The empath will be weakened emotionally and just like go crazy and go out of her mind, and the masculine just, you know, has their own ego to deal with, you know, often coming from the root chakra. So there's a lot of root chakra damage when it comes to these two people, you and them, or them and you. So, you know, that's something to work on. Sacral chakra damage here as well. So that all has to be healed. Rather than made worse. So the ego's all being broken down. The tower's here. You know, somebody's trying to put a lot of effort. They could be a builder, that kind of thing as well, like with the tower, building. Let's repeat that word. Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn or unwilling to change, and that was it. You know, they were stubborn, you were stubborn. You know, you have to let go. The feminine will ultimately walk away, because there is no choice to that. You have to walk away. Not for this person to chase you, not for any reason. See, look, we've gone from twin flame to one flame. Yeah, so not for this person, not for any ulterior motive. You cannot manipulate this, you know, you cannot be manipulative, you cannot do anything for an ulterior motive, you know, and these are the hard lessons that you'll learn. The more you try and do things out of, you know, out of lower chakra, the further away you get from the divine and the harder your life can become. So, you know, you need to walk that divine path. You need to awaken. You need to, you know, come to spirit. Yeah. And then you need to get into the path of service. That's the other thing, you know. Then you become of service to the community or to other people in some way. You know, you take a service style job, like doing tarot, you know, in the hope of helping others through the experience and the knowledge and the psychic abilities, whatever abilities you have that you've gained through all of this. And then we have pig. They could be born in the year of the pig. They could be born in the year of the rooster. There is no year of the donkey. Eeyore. Something here to do with Eeyore. Beware of greed. Yeah, and a broken bridge. So unsuccessful outcome. So this was very unsuccessful. They could have been born in the year of the pig. This is the thing too with the King of Pentacles that popped up. It was all about business. It's all about work. It's all about money. For them, this is the thing as well. They think they can buy love. They think that they, you know, if they're successful, that everyone will love them. If I'm rich and famous, I can have anyone I want kind of energy. That's just for someone. So broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So until you get on your path, until you come to spirit, nothing you do is going to work. Nothing. Like if you're told to give up your job by spirit, by God tells you to give up, Jesus, whoever tells you to give up your job, you give it up. And you have to have faith that, you know, if you get a feeling you should be doing something or be somewhere, that's where you should be. Not because you think your twin flame's going to be there, not because you're getting anything out of it, but you're kind of just needing to do as you're told. And that's hard. I mean, I'm very rebellious, so, you know, God has a hard time with me. It's yeah, but, you know, whenever when I ignore what I should be doing, I feel miserable. When I take it on board, go, okay, then I'll do it. All right. But that's fear, you know, that's fear. You know, I heard something really good today. It was, yeah, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? Like, if you had no fear, what is it you'd be doing? And that's what you need to do. That's kind of how it works. It's a good way. And we have teardrops. So there's a lot of tears being spilled here. Great personal sorrow. You know, there could have been loss, death, all sorts of things. But yeah, this has caused a lot of sorrow on both sides and confusion. But we'll just get one more. Quill, get back to basics. This is what you have to do. You've got to get back to basics. You have to start again. But if you keep choosing the wrong things, the wrong path, if you, you know, like you think, oh, well, I'm not happy in my job, but then you just go and get another job the same. And then you're not happy in that job. Then, you know, what's going on there? It's time to give that job up. If you keep going from broken relationship to broken relationship, yeah, we can blame the other all we like. But are we trying to get somebody else to fit our ideal, to fit our romantic ideal, to fit our happy ever after fairy tale ideal? You know, we can't change anyone. We can only either grow together and flow together or tear apart. So until we learn how to be all the things I said, you know, coming from the heart, leaving all the baggage behind, you know, stop resisting your spiritual path, you know, until we do that and then come into balance and healing, until we do that, life's going to be chaos because we've been woken up. And once you're woken up, there's no going back. Like, and we have fan. Yeah, romance, celebration, party. This is the truth. It could have been to do, you know, maybe you partied together, you had lots of celebrations. You know, there was a party animal. Maybe you were. Maybe you gave it all up for the spiritual path. Or if you haven't, this is what you need to do. So, yeah. So, fan. Maybe you fanboyed them, you fangirled them. That's the other thing as well. So you're idealizing someone. So what's the outcome for this is what I want to know. Final outcome. What's the outcome for this? What needs to be done right now? What's the outcome? So the outcome is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, keeping on fighting, keeping on battling. Hidden enemies, the rooster. We have the Knight of Cups here. Yeah, you know, they walked away, all the fighting in the world, and see how the universe is pushing back at you with your wand. You know, you tried to get their attention every way you could, and they just kept walking away spiritually, is what I'm getting. Like, you know, that they would, this is the player energy, the Knight of Cups, you know, they were searching for their ideal, and their ideal wasn't you in the 3D, although spiritually you are their ideal, like, if you know what I mean. It just wasn't what it looked like. But see, Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's a sorrow here. You know, they're finally waking up. They're finally realizing that they rejected something that could have been really good. And justice is here again twice, and truth, so that's 3 times justice. You know, everything coming into balance, divine justice. Maybe this person's had to, you know, has had problems with the justice, with police, all of that kind of thing as well. You know, they're a bit of a rebel, because if you're a rebel angel, you're going to meet another rebel angel. I mean, Archangel Michael is no, you know, is no sit round and, you know, Archangel Michael is a warrior. Like, you know, you're both a warrior. You're both back, but you're still being held back, yeah, from this. This person's still going through what they need to go through. And, you know, you just need to continue on your way. You just need to continue coming out of the shadows. You just need to continue to follow your path. You just have to be brave and walk your path with or without them. Yeah. As long as you keep fighting for them, there's no coming back. And twin flames are like twins. They skip a generation. So you may have been with them in your last life, but in this life you're not. And so you'll come together with them in your next life. You know, you come to these things. So divine justice is here, and you can't be stubborn about it. You know, you have to let go of everything and really become a whole person within yourself. So no matter who you meet, where you go, what you do, you're always stable, calm, happy, maybe even happy, confident, not searching. Yeah, this person's still searching, and it's getting them into more and more spiritual trouble. That's what I was trying to say. The more you search, the more you demand, the more you force, the more spiritual trouble you get into. So, yeah, time to let go. Oh, we have these. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, there we go. Oh, I have never had this one before. Oh, Hereth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. That speaks for itself. You know, you're an angel on earth. You know, you got into this, you thought, yeah, send me to Earth, send me to the 3D, this is going to be awesome. But because you're a sensitive empath, all you see is war, destruction, violence, you know, in your family, out of your family, in the world, out of the world, like, yeah. So everything just, you know, and you're just longing for peace, you're longing for the stars, you know. What's that quote? Death is but a sweet release. Yeah, and called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up, and that's it. You know, you get on your calling, you stop fighting, stop longing, stop wanting, stop wishing, and just come to peace, come to accept that this is your life today, this is your life right now, and try and come to peace with that, if nothing else. Let go, relax your shoulders, give it all up. Like if you had everything you wanted tomorrow, you know, you'd be jumping out of your skin with joy. But that kind of joy is an ideal. It's not something that can be sustained. You need to have balance in your life that can be sustained. You know, that calm presence, and moments of joy and moments of sadness will still remain, but the sadness won't be as deep and the joys may not be as high. But yeah, but that's okay too. That's just for someone. Soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. So, you know, they're divine justice, you know, they're facing the justice. You face the justice in your past because you're moving away from that. You've had to defend yourself a lot. No longer defending yourself, no longer needing to defend yourself, because, you know, you've paid the ultimate price. You've been through the ultimate, you've been through hell, and, you know, you can't take all of that with you into the future. Just because whatever bad experience you had in the past doesn't mean it's going to repeat. If you keep the attitude that you're afraid to move forward because you're afraid of the past repeating, you know, like you had a bad situation with your home, say like even with renting or purchasing or whatever, and so you're afraid to move to another home because you're comfortable where you are, maybe because, you know, maybe that trouble's going to come to you again. Yeah, well, if you think that way, that's what you're going to attract, because, you know, you are a powerful manifester. So you just have to, like, yeah, do it anyway. Feel the pain and do it anyway. Kind of just do it. Yeah. Okay, so, you know, this has all been part of your learning. You're being called. You're walking through a new door. And the masculine here is struggling. For some of you, you could actually bump into them. I don't like saying this because all the people who haven't healed yet, who are still clinging and chasing, think, yeah, you know, no, don't be deceived. It's the devil's tricks. But yeah, there could be, you could walk through a door and see this person or meet this person. You might have helped to defend them in some way with the justice underneath the called card. But yeah, the feminine's being called away. I see the feminine walking the spiritual path. The feminine's being called away by the divine to walk the spiritual path, and the masculine still sits and struggles until they can come to their truth, until they can finish and complete their shadow work. All right, love to you guys. Bye.